I am back. I'm here a lot for someone who doesn't have an audience to begin with, but there's a good reason for that, and it's that I don't want to bother anyone that I actually know. Yeah. So the tea for the 15th is this one that I have right here brewing still, and it is the hierba mate, la hierba mate, la hierba mate, the mate, la hierba mate. Damn, I can't speak Spanish anymore, can I? I can. Sí lo puedo. Hierba mate, uh, cocoa and coconut. Um, it's still brewing, and this one is such a hit, honestly. It smells so cozy and so Christmassy. Oh dear Lord, I love it so much. I don't have the hot water bottle with me today. I just have my legs crossed, and my feet are still at a tolerable temperature. I'm not gonna edit that out. That's why I'm able to just keep posting random ass vlogs. Uh, I'm just treating this like any other social media, honestly. This is such a hit. It smells so good. Hmm. Mm. Oh. I would even say that this probably has other things in the blend. Maybe a bit of vanilla and I don't know. Not much though, because the cocoa and coconut are the things that come through the most. Hierba mate doesn't really have a strong scent unless you mix it with other things, which a lot of people do, especially with like orange. I think was the one that I found at the supermarket once, and that was a pretty decent blend for the price. Like it was a supermarket brand, and it was pretty decent, I would say. I think it's finished brewing. Let's go. 255. Because I like to overbrew it just a smidge, just a smidge. And this brews at 100 degrees Celsius, and it says 3 to 5, but I like to go overboard. Just a smidge, just a little bit. It smells so good. It smells so good. Yeah, welcome to my video where I'm just smelling tea from my mug with my little mug cozy that I made, by the way. Uh, I'm also learning a new pattern, and in a bit, I'll be trying to fix this, or just opening it up and see if I can spot what's wrong with it. Um, I mean, there's one thing that's obviously wrong with this, and it's the fact that this big black button comes off. So, yeah, I'll be focusing on that. And before you ask if you're watching this, and I think my friend has been supporting me somehow. Pause, just so that I can. There you go. I squeeze it out. And looking at it, I think it may have ginger as well in it, and it burst, which is always fun. let me clean up the mess. Yeah, so now it's cooling down a bit so that I can drink it. It's just it burst because I squeezed it, and that's just a thing that can happen when you squeeze tea bags, even if they're good quality like those ones, which are like made of this fabric thing instead of, I don't even know what that is. This is a kind of mesh fabric. I don't know, but they look very durable, and they are very durable. Like I can do this easily, and it doesn't break. But the seams, of course, may just burst if you apply enough pressure. And I do that because I want to really squeeze that flavor. That's why I tend to overbrew my teas, just a bit, not too much. Unless it's black tea, then I just leave the bag in, and yeah, I like the bitterness. Um, and with black tea, normally I just add a splash of milk and let the tea bag sit there until I'm done drinking, basically, and then at the end I just squeeze the rest of the tea from the bag and drink that too. So yeah, I really like to feel the bitterness. So to me that's not a problem, but for some people it is. And yeah. So updates. Yesterday's tea, or rather the 13th tea, was Ceylon black tea, and I drank that with a splash of milk. I think I said that, but I don't really remember. Today's in the morning I had Sencha green tea, and that one says to put it at an 80 degree Celsius, and brew it for like 3 minutes. No, 3 to 4 minutes. It's not a strong brew. It's green tea. And from what I was reading the other day, green teas like preferably should be brewed for a shorter period of time, sorry, and with cooler water. Not saying that 80 degrees Celsius is cool, but it's enough to brew a tea, and not like, I don't know. I'm not really a tea expert. I just enjoy tea. Uh, and yeah, that's been the theme over the course of these videos. Yeah. And yesterday we went to um, get my meds, which was good. And I'm calmer today. That was a thing because I needed to ask my friend if I could get some money because I just didn't have any. Since, you know, as you grow older, people just don't give you money anymore. Like, they may give you just a bit, but the stuff I take is expensive, unfortunately, But I need to take it if I want to stay alive. Yeah. And so that was a thing. But before that, the battery of the car was dead. And it wouldn't even like push start. The battery was completely dead and drained, and apparently that had been because of one thing had not been turned off properly. So for 3 days the battery was running and powering that light bulb thing. So it was completely drained, and then my mom called one of the neighbors, and the neighbor called the mechanic, and the mechanic came in, which was nice of him, and brought another battery because the neighbor saw that the battery that the car had was too small for it to begin with. So that's, yeah, that's always good. What a deal. What a steal that car was. Yeah, it's an Audi from 2002, and it cost, I think, 1,000 euros, 1,200 or something like that. It was insane. It was insane for the price. It was insane for the car. It is because it's a 3 doors car, uh, and then we took a look at the battery and said, yeah, this battery is too small for this car. And when the mechanic came in, he brought a battery that was slightly bigger, and it fit in the hole perfectly. And yeah, that was a whole thing. I was having almost having an anxiety attack at the time. I had to sit down, and I calmed down a bit. The mechanic came with the battery, and that was a whole thing as well because it was fiddling with all those things. And then, you know, sometimes in cars there's bits where uh, it's very small to like put your hand in, and the man had like chunky hands, you know, mechanic hands, uh, male hands, if you will, but I would rather call them workers' hands because it's not really a gender thing, is it? His hands were smaller than mine, like in length, but they were like wider and thicker. So the thing he was trying to get uh, in place wasn't going in place because of the size of his hand, and I was like, can I help? Because my hand is slimmer, so I could. So I did that, and it's not the first time it happens. The other time was when, ironically, that light bulb was replaced. That's not the reason, obviously. The reason was actually because my mom pulled some light thing, but it didn't switch off completely, and so it was on. Yeah, for 3 days, and we didn't notice because we didn't need the car for those 3 days. It was like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then Christmas, Boxing Day, which was yesterday. And then in the afternoon we had to go and get the medication that I needed, and also my mom needed to go see about the car's insurance situation, which I also need to remember to go and check my email for that and get the file so that I can print it out. Yeah, so that was a thing, and now we have that replacement battery for the time being. Um, but eventually we'll have to buy a battery, which is great. This month has just been insane for that. Honestly, the reason why, I mean, my mom had an injury on her leg, knee, like tendonitis, uh, last month. So they cut off like a chunk of her salary because she was at home for 2 weeks. I did it like this. Normally I do it like this. It doesn't matter to me. And so they cut off a really big chunk of it. Yeah, and then this month things just kept breaking down, didn't they? First it was the kettle, No, first it was two TVs, two different TVs that broke down. Two. Then it was the kettle. Then my brother broke his phone. And now this. I just don't want any more of this, so please stop. Can we please stop? Can you please stop? Can we please stop? Yeah? No? Yes, please? Okay, so, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna try to fix that radio. And I'll be right back. And let me take a sip of this tea. Just real quick. This is delicious. Because I'll be drinking the tea as I try to fix this. I may unpause this and show the progress, so to speak. So yeah, I have my tools right here. Let's see if this is a Philips. This is the other kind, or a Philips or a flathead. That's what they call them. It's kind of messy. I need to buy a new set. These are really cheap. I mean, come on. I hope that this size is enough. I think I spotted the holes where the screws are, but I can't tell what type of screws it has. So yeah, I'll be right back. Quick return. I needed to get a bigger screwdriver because mine were too small and wouldn't get in the hole. But yeah, those were screws. And yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, it's open. It smells like kitchen because that's where it was. I see a board right here. I will try to pull it out. How do you know if I'm really into crafts? Look at this, the hot glue gun. Yeah. I found out that the things, they click, but something in here is not connecting. Maybe it's broken, maybe it's not broken. Either way, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, because this is a really old and cheap radio. That's why I'm doing this in the first place. Yeah, hot glue gun. It's reassembling time, see? Reassembling and praying time, more like, because I can't seem to get the top to go back in, and it's not even screwed shut, so I really need to just find a way to put this back together. I think I was able to assemble the top part. Now we get the screws back and try to screw this back in, whatever. See if it works. Well, moment of truth. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe I even fucked up the tuning button with the hot glue. Maybe I didn't. Let's see. No, it's fine. It is fine. It is working. It is fine. I actually fixed that. But the tuning button, yeah, that's a different story, isn't it? Let's see if it's a battery problem. Yeah, I wish I came in with good news, but There are no good news. This thing is dead. There's something inside that's probably disconnected, and yeah. I don't know what exactly it is. But yeah, well, all these screws, and all I got was screwed over by technology. It's really old, so I might keep it for keeping sake. uh, but yeah, this has been me trying to fix the unfixable. And since this is already 20 minutes long and nobody's watching except maybe my friend, hey, I have this thing where I like to fix things because, yeah, it's a trauma response. That's the reason. And yeah, I'll just remove these batteries on camera and keep them in my drawer. There have been times when I was able to fix radios and things, but I don't think this is going to be one of those cases, especially because the battery compartment is kind of messed up, and inside it also looked kind of messed up. So yeah, just some memories. Not working. I'll put them back with the other new batteries so that I don't lose them, and I'll keep these somewhere because they might still have power in them. But yeah, well, it has been an honest attempt at repairing something that was unrepairable. I even whipped out the hot glue gun for this, and I was able to attach the buttons, but I don't think that's the problem. I think maybe water damage, some battery spillage, just maybe age, something fried. When I opened it, it smelled a bit fried, like not just the kitchen smell. It smelled like something had short-circuited. I totally nailed the pronunciation of that. And yeah, this is a memory now. The reason I still look so distraught is because I don't like to be unable to fix something. Yeah, that's a trigger. Unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, so I'll be back. That's a threat to anyone who's watching this or might watch this in the future. That's a threat. I'll be back. And there's more of me out there. Because if I have to deal with me, then that's everyone's problem. No, it's not. You can just click out. Yeah, but I'll be back. That's a threat. Bye-bye.